Thank you. Do you have any questions right now, or can we go to the appellants?
Commissioner Lowe speaking. I have tons of questions, but this is a general comment. This is a very complex case. It has a very lengthy history. This is probably one of the most difficult documents, determinations that I've ever seen since I've been on this commission. And in both instances, in the matter before us earlier, the first matter, item number 4, as well as this, there was no appeals report. I appreciate that you just went through your responses verbally, orally to the both appellants, the appellant, meaning the community organization, as well as the appellant applicant. But for both, as a decision maker, as well as a member, for the members of the public, it's difficult to follow verbally and without having something in front of us. And generally we do get an appeals report and a recommendation from the staff in writing for us to follow along. To be perfectly honest, it was very hard to follow you as you went along. And we try to make an effort so that we can then point to, when we have issues and concerns for clarification, we can direct you in our questions to a page, just as you can direct us to a page, just as we can direct the public to a page. It makes it much easier. And especially in an item as complex as this, I find it very difficult. And I also, in terms of materials we received, and I know our commission staff usually gets requests from me saying, can I have this, can I have that, because it's not in here. It's very difficult, because I don't just, unless you are familiar with the Mercado and you go out to the Mercado on a regular basis to see what's changed recently, what's still the same, to know what all the different uses are. And, you know, not all of us, I know I make an effort to get out there, and I made an effort today to get out there, in spite of the Gold Line construction. So sometimes you saw me circling, and that was me, and I wasn't cruising the neighborhood. I was looking at the site. But we just now received these. They aren't in, and it doesn't give me the 3rd floor, it only mentions the 2nd floor. And shows me the depiction of the ground level. But still, there's no details. And these are it makes it very difficult for us to review and analyze. And it would make it easier to make our time here less lengthy. But that's a general comment I have, a major concern as to being able to move this forward.
And Commissioner Marquez, in my comments, I just want to support Commissioner Lowe. This is inherently a complex case simply because of the scope of the project and issues that are in it that are appealed, but also the fact that we have 2 groups of appellants that have, by looking at it, have 2 different approaches and probably 2 different visions. So it is difficult. I'm very fortunate that I remember the Mercado going back to 6 years old. So I've seen it change, but I don't want to speak anymore, just to say that I think Commissioner Lowe is right on here.
I wasn't sure whether you were just pointing to the fact that it would be difficult to move on this item today, or whether you were trying to make a suggestion.
I'm pointing out that it's difficult. I can't make a suggestion because we lose jurisdiction on October 25th. So we do have to go forward unless there's an agreement by a written request, an agreement by the applicant for a continuance. But at the same time, we have quite a few people here in the audience at the hearing. I would advise that we go forward, at least hear what people have to say.
Okay, just wanted to clarify. Thank you. So we will move forward then, and I am going to call. We have 2 appellants, as Ms. Chan mentioned. The Boyle Heights Neighborhood Stakeholders Association and Pedro Rosado And I'm first going to call a representative from the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Stakeholders Association to come forward to the podium, please. And I do want to remind you that you have 10 minutes. Do we have a representative for, okay, can you please come forward to the podium? You have 10 minutes. If you could tell us your name and your address.
Excuse me, my name is Nadine Diaz, and I'm with the Boyle Heights Stakeholders Association.
Excuse me, can you, is it possible to raise the volume on the microphone there? Because I know Ms. Diaz seems to be close to the microphone, so that's not the issue.
Excuse me, sir, are you with Ms. Diaz? I'm sorry, can you please come to the microphone, state your name and address, and then your question?
Yes, my name is Bob Catherman from 1218 Colorado Avenue, Suite 128. I'm representative for Mercado and Pedro Rosado. What I wanted was 30 seconds to caucus with the team to talk about perhaps having this postponed and having the commission get an opportunity to come out and actually visit the site on a scheduled basis. So we waive our rights to the time limits.
Is Ms. Diaz in agreement with that?
Given the fact that...
I'm sorry, Ms. Diaz, can you please state your address?
Yes. My address is Chesbros Lane, Los Angeles 90063. And given the fact that the community at large is a working class community, many of them work 2-3 jobs, I respect what Mr. Catherman is requesting. However, many of them have had to we've had to not work for a couple of days and organize and get people on board, and many of them did not go to work today. So to try to table this would be a disservice to those who came here to speak.
Okay, so sorry, your request has been denied. And Ms. Diaz, if you would go ahead and give us your presentation. Again, you have 10 minutes.
I'm 46 years of age. I was born in the home that I live in. I'm a 3rd and 4th generation constituent of Boyle Heights, and I am a member of the Boyle Heights Neighborhood Stakeholders Association. We are a group of community members, business owners, residents, immigrants, migrants, the people who really care about our community and the quality of life in Boyle Heights. In the appeal, as is stated, we do not approve of any of the approvals that Ms. Chang has granted because of the long history of non-compliance, both at the local, state, and federal level. We have witnessed over the past 30 years or more problems that spill out into the community, such as drunkenness, inebriation, intoxication, defecation, urination, loitering, prostitution, drug dealing, and we can't handle this anymore. But we do support positive businesses. We are willing to work together to create a better quality of life. There needs to be a balance with the market and the neighbors, and we need to work together to improve the Mercado. We do not want any more alcohol. It has become a major problem. The commissioner, Ms. Chang, asked about photographs. We've been documenting for over the past 15 years. We've got videotape.
Excuse me, Commissioner Marquez. Ms. Diaz, if you want, can you put some of the photographs over there to the staff and I'd like to look at them?
You sure can. And these are a gauntlet of letters and petitions. And it costs money to photograph, to tape, to document this for the record for the past 10, 15 years. So in regards to approving a full line of alcohol, we recommend other recommendations: a community room, an educational room, organic food, nutrition, health prevention. But alcohol, no. Parking lots, we live along an island of parking lots. Again, as I mentioned, it's a working class community. Unfortunately, the proprietor went up and down the street with cash in hand and offered to buy the properties. Some of them sold. That's his right. But we can't have any more parking lots. We have children here who can't play in the neighborhood. They look for places to play. In Boyle Heights, we have over 246, approximately 246 liquor licenses already. And we don't need any more liquor.